WWE WrestleMania 41 is this Saturday and Sunday. The Super Bowl of professional wrestling takes place over 2 nights, 7 PM, 6 PM Central, 4 PM Pacific. Same time, same place, same channel, the Flex Zone Podcast. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. We got previews galore for each and every match. Night 1 will continue on as we have, unfortunately, the WWE Women's Championship match as champion Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Takes on the 15-time champion, you know the last name, Charlotte Flair, the android, Charbot, Ashley Flair, Charlie as some call her. Pretty much every time she shows up and returns, she cashes in her Charlotte in the Bank for a championship opportunity. She did it yet again, out for multiple months with an injury. Comes back, wins the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. To much dismay, much fanfare, she will walk into WrestleMania looking for her 15th championship. 15th time. I said 15th time. It already put it out to the universe. She's a 14th time champion looking for a 14th. Looking for a 15th. So it's the flex zone. Charlotte Flair going for title 15. Tiffany Stratton looking to sustain being the champion. And I have to be real with you. I can't be one-sided. I have to tell you the truth, Flex Zone family. Tiffany Stratton's title reign, it was a great cash in. We called it here on the channel that it would be that first SmackDown at 3 hours. Probably still one of the 2 or 3 best SmackDowns they've had in the 3-hour era, which haven't been many because it's been terrible for the most part. The cash in on Ajax was needed. It was well done. Could they have waited a little longer? Yes, but they gave us so many pump fakes with it. It was now or never. They could have done it at the Royal Rumble. They could have done it even maybe at a WrestleMania if they wanted to draw it out. First woman ever cash in there, but they didn't have the creativity or interest of the fan base for that long. So with that being said, Tiffany cashes in. She has matches against Nia Jax, has matches against Naomi. She beats Bailey. So she beat a couple of people. Now, her title reign, like I said, hasn't really been anything great. Her promos have been pretty much the same Valley girl, rich, spoiled princess type vibe. Then we get to a few weeks ago. She gets schooled in the side by side promo with Charlotte, kind of like Charlotte knew she was going to say, kind of buries Tiffany in that promo, makes her look bad. Then we get the face to face. We see both women go into business for themselves. Looks like Charlotte probably went off script first. Then Tiffany kind of went into, oh, okay, you're going to throw a little shade and try to get over on me. I'm going to throw in the 0-3 line. 0-3 meaning 3 divorces for Charlotte Flair. Then Charlotte goes way in left field and says, well, that's why Ludwig Kaiser, another wrestler who is Tiffany Stratton's boyfriend, is in her DMs, which he laughs about and is a good sport about, but he is not in Charlotte's DM. He would be a fool to be in her DM as we get into any type of discourse in their relationship personally. But nevertheless, it's going to be intriguing to see what happens in this match because I don't think Charlotte should win here. It shouldn't be Charlotte. She shouldn't have come back. She shouldn't have come back to win the championship. She shouldn't have come back to win the Royal Rumble. They could have gave it to Roxanne Perez. They could have given it to a plethora of other women. Naomi. They could have given it to Io Sky. I wanted it to be Io. Then we could have just got Rhea Io at Mania. Maybe give Io her moment. But nevertheless, Charlotte, 14-time champion, 1 reign as Divas champion, 6 reign as Raw Women's champion, 7 as SmackDown Women's champion, and a 2-time NXT champion, including 1-time tag team champion as well. And I'm pretty sure she will get the Women's United States and Women's Intercontinental Championships before it's all said and done. Now, with that said, unfortunately, I think this is going to be a multi-match series. Could this go from WrestleMania, like a lot of matches will, into Backlash, maybe even into Money in the Bank or Evolution to 4th of July weekend? It could. And I think ultimately Tiffany Stratton will win the bigger picture, win the feud. I think Charlotte wins here. She rarely loses big matches. She rarely loses at WrestleMania. She rarely loses championship matches on the big stage when the lights are the brightest and the titles are on the line. She rarely puts others over. She rarely makes others better in ring. The only match I can think of is really the match with Rhea at WrestleMania, 39? That was a really, really good match with her and Rhea. And she missed WrestleMania last year, but It's you can count on one hand how many times she's probably put someone else over. Is she gonna put Tiffany Stratton over who needs it, who could use that notch on her belt with this title reign that's been kinda shaky and the fans aren't all the way invested in? Of course. But I don't think that happens here. I think Triple H does not care about the backlash. He loves Ric Flair. He loves his boy Ric Flair. He knows that keeping Ric Flair happy will or keeping Charlotte Flair happy will make Ric Flair happy, which a happy Ric Flair is a good Ric Flair because it's going to be good for Triple H. He doesn't have to hear Ric Flair's mouth. And like I said, they have their own personal relationship. So I think he wants to give Charlotte that opportunity. She's been out for 18 months. She came back and won the Rumble. He knew the discourse and the outrage it would cause. He doesn't care. He's going to do it again. He's going to piss people off because I do think we are going to get a couple title changes at WrestleMania. This is on night one. I think Charlotte becomes a 15-time champion. She comes within one of tying her father because this is the year of records. We'll get possibly her winning 15, maybe even 16 at some point, and we got John Cena going for 17. I think Charlotte wins here, but I think Tiffany Stratton inevitably gets the title back by beating Charlotte at, like I said, is it a backlash? Is it a Money in the Bank? Is it a situation where they maybe draw it out until Evolution 2? Let me know. Sign off in the comment section, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are headed towards another Charlotte Flair title reign. She's fantastic in the ring. She's one of the best women in the ring. She's one of the best competitors, man or woman, in the ring. She's great at what she does. Doesn't need to do that moonsault, but I think she will eventually lock in the figure eight, and Tiffany will have no choice but to tap out. Much like you saw with Rhea Ripley, and I think Tiffany Stratton will eventually get her win back. Do we get some sort of relation match? Do we get some sort of intrigue in that storyline where it gets taken up a notch? We know these two women don't like each other. We like the work, shoot. Will it translate to a good in-ring match? I think the match will be okay. They've done a good job giving it, I guess, the off script, the off script promos back and forth, and them going into business for themselves only made me more intrigued about this match because we know they genuinely don't like each other, and we know they genuinely will try to rip each other's head off, literally and figuratively. And I think if one thing WWE is good at, unlike other companies, AEW, they are good at making money, putting personal issues to the side, doing business, putting money behind it on a marquee stage like WrestleMania. We've seen it before with Britt and Shawn Michaels. We've seen it with CM Punk and Triple H. We've seen it with countless others, Vince McMahon, Bret Hart, Goldberg. We've seen it with multiple people. And I think you'll see it again here. They'll do business. Charlotte's a professional. Tiffany's learning how to be a professional. I think she's a professional now. And I think Charlotte Flair will be a 15-time world champion after it's all said and done. I think Charlotte wins here, unfortunately, but I do think we get a situation where Tiffany Stratton does come back and win in the next pay-per-view, maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe at, like I said, is it going to be Money in the Bank? Do they draw it out maybe 2 or 3 PLEs? They got a Saudi show. They have Evolution 2. Where do they go with this? We'll see. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I think, unfortunately, Tiffany's title reign comes to an end, but she will inevitably get the title back. You know, WWE likes to do to have the babyface lose and build him back up to get the rematch, whether that's maybe even they draw it out till SummerSlam. I don't know. Maybe they could draw it out to SummerSlam, try to make her a bigger star, make it more interesting, give Charlotte a few months with the title, and then we go on to Tiffany getting it back at SummerSlam, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. You know they love their WrestleMania rematches at SummerSlam sometimes, but like I said, they can make this maybe until Evolution 2, have Tiffany get her moment back as one of the marquee matches. I'd be cool with it because I think Tiffany does inevitably get the title back. Now, could she win? Yes, but I think Tiffany will lose here. Charlotte will get her 15th title, and we're off and running and seeing how they book it from there. I don't have high hopes. I don't want Charlotte to win. I would have Tiffany win, but you don't think him having Charlotte come back and win the Royal Rumble after being out all these months without having to do anything, automatically being handled her Charlotte in the Bank and her championship opportunity at WrestleMania, which she missed last year. She's not going to walk away with the championship this year. It's 50-50. It could go either way, like I said, but comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing. Unfortunately, I think Charlotte Flair walks away with the World Championship, the WWE Women's World Champion, WWE Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. But Tiffany inevitably will get it back no later than SummerSlam if they want to draw it out that long. But it could be Evolution 2, could be Money in the Bank, got a Saudi show, and Backlash next month. Sound off down below. WrestleMania 41, Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m., 6 p.m., and 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Same place, same time, same channel. Let me know your thoughts on this and other matches. God's favorite host. I'm going with Charlotte to become a 15-time champion. We'll see you with more previews on